Look, listen, we got some news to discuss involving Kyrie Irving, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is the truth and a half, and he just, he just Swiss cheese the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. We're gonna get into the performance, but if you missed it, I know his performance was just so electric. You may have missed something groundbreaking. He took the floor of the Western Conference Finals, debuting his new shoe. We all know he signed the big deal with Anta, the Kai one. This shoe is the Chief Hela. He debuted this in game one. Kyrie Irving, he was the leader, the catalyst in that 108-105 win over the Minnesota Timberwolves. And to be honest with you, y'all, everybody had Minnesota as the favorite. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the series is not over. It's one game, but it's gonna be very, very hard pressed to root against Kyrie Irving. I just have to tell you that, you know, um, Kyrie Irving is he's gonna cause major, major issues for them, man. And if they feel like they are doing well against him defensively, the next second Kyrie Irving is doing whatever he wants. So it's just a mess, But this shoe pays homage to the Standing Rock Sox tribe, So we all know Kyrie's roots. Clearly, with Anta, he's able to establish more of his roots. I think obviously with Nike, it just wasn't going the way, maybe he would have liked. Obviously, we know they severed ties, which I think was a mistake. Because Kyrie, he did big things for Nike, but I'll leave it at that. But I mean, what a way to debut a shoe, right? Kyrie Irving, man, is crazy. But I want to read some things that Kyrie said at a ceremony. He said, "I had no idea how inclusive this group is and what it means to be part of Standing Rock and part of the United Sioux Nation." This is what he said at the naming ceremony. Irvin and the Mavericks, are trying to basically, you know, take out the Minnesota Timberwolves. You hear Kyrie Irving. I sometimes I just sit back and listen to some of his interviews. We're gonna get into the shoes, but he talks about having the other team and making them submit and things of that nature. You are that. I mean, that's a real, you know, Kobe like competitor. You understand? I think that Kyrie Irving is cut from that cloth. Kobe, stamped him early before LeBron. You understand? So I just want before he got with LeBron, a lot of people, forget about that. So a lot of people, listen, Kobe seen something, but I think that this is a good move for Kyrie. We all know he debuted the original shoe from Anta. I believe it was Artists on the Court. We did a video on that part of me. Like I said, it is crazy. I think that this was a good move because he pretty much is, a big fish here. I think who had Anta was it also Clay Thompson. We've seen a lot of people with Anta, but I think that this is, a true flagship star. In my opinion. It doesn't get no more, superior than Kyrie Irving. And I'm telling you, you might want to pick up these shoes because Kyrie Irving definitely deserves, a lot of respect because, the way Nike did him, I think he got done a real deal because, it was some of his beliefs and he got, basically taken behind the woodshed behind it. He lost a lot. He lost a lot of money. The NBA wasn't dealing with him. It was crazy. A lot of people forget, the scrutiny Kyrie was just in. We make it seem like it was 10 years ago. It wasn't nothing but it was just not too long ago where they was just throwing Kyrie through the mud. He's still paying, the dividends of all the things that took place. The fact that he's not a member of some of these teams, it's just disrespectful to the game of basketball. Kyrie Irving, we see USA basketball. I just keep lamenting to that because Kyrie, to me, was one of the faces of USA basketball. And after the Redeem team, so I just don't understand how a situation like this could even take place. Where he's just missed out, and it's just disrespectful. But we're gonna figure out what's happening, man, with Kyrie, because if he win this championship, I think that obviously it's gonna mean more than the shot. He wins one without LeBron. Obviously, LeBron is gonna be kicking himself, because a combination between LeBron and Kyrie Irving, they should have been teammates forever. It should have never been a situation where they leave on this that, especially in the way they did. They left obviously due to some bad blood, words, things like that. That's never good. And it's unfortunate that the game, was robbed, of some great years of these guys, but you know, they just couldn't get it together and they had to separate. Kyrie went on to do other things with other teams, and you know, sometimes in these places, oftentimes than not, they tried to throw his name through the mud. What happened in Brooklyn was just crazy, especially on the way out. He didn't do a good grace. He did. He obviously he helped get the whole thing rolling there in Brooklyn in the first place, because I believe that KD would have went wherever they went. I think they made a terrible mistake. They should have went to the Knicks, but I mean we'll save that for another conversation. But he went out there and performed when Kevin Durant was nursing his Achilles injury for the first initial season. And he made, Brooklyn a must see attraction. And I think that he needs to get some respect for that. Kyrie, I think that the Mavericks, whoever wins this series, is going to win the title. You do have Boston and ahead, and it looked like it's going to be Boston. And he's very familiar with that organization. He's very familiar with those players. I think the storyline is just crazy. And I think that, he's going to take them out. Is this thing going on where we keep talking about the face of the league and the new crop of talent and things like that, but we forgetting that this guy, Uncle Drew, is still running around here, and he ain't letting up. And he's gonna be a very hard and if you hard player to defend, and if you line up all these guys. You can't say they all better than Kyrie Irving, and it's gonna be hard pressed to say any of them are better than Kyrie Irving. And I'm gonna leave it at that. It's Flight Sports TV. Kyrie Irving debuts his new signature. It's Flight Sports.